What do you do with a giant piece of shit like Scott Peterson? What is a fair verdict for what he did? Scott Peterson killed his wife, ladies and gentlemen. He killed his unborn child. The evidence has proven that beyond preponderance of the evidence, circumstantial evidence, everything was against him. Everything proved that he did it. I don't know where the argument is coming from on the internet of people who think that he is innocent. I stand by that statement. For everything that I've watched and read on the case of Scott Peterson and the murder of his wife Laci, I can't find anything, even from an outside looking in. I can't find anything that actually proves that he was innocent. The state Supreme Court in the state of California struck down his sentencing of death by lethal injection in the state of California. They cited several things in the case that were a violation of Scott's rights. Jury selection, number one. Certain members who were called to be possible jury members were excluded unlawfully. And certain people, one lady in particular, was allowed to sit on the jury who had a former domestic violence charge and a restraining order that was filed, from her against a former lover, spouse. But on top of that, there was also issues with instructions that the judge and the DA gave to the jury before deliberations. That was another huge issue, basically steering them towards the death penalty as opposed to the possibility of a sentence of 50 years with parole after 35 or life without the possibility of parole. They were steered in the direction of the death penalty in this case. Now, I believe Scott Peterson, personally, I believe Scott Peterson deserves to die for what he did. I, again, cannot find the shred of evidence that I've read or seen in this case, or heard or watched in this case, that says that Scott Peterson was innocent, that he didn't do this. He did it, in my mind, and in the minds of millions of others. He killed his wife, Laci. So now, if the DA, his attorney, can come to an agreement, Scott Peterson has the option of one of three separate different penitentiaries to pick from that he can go to and serve out the rest of his little pathetic life. And this is also has to do with his actual sentencing guidelines, and that it was not listed as a high profile, high risk to escape inmate. He would need high level security. He would not be going to a little ranch farm. He would not be going to a minimum security farm, or prison. He would be going to a high inmate, but he would not need 23-hour a day lockdown or be placed on death row. So it leaves open three penitentiaries for him to be sentenced to if, again, the DA and his attorney can come to an agreement on where he should serve out the rest of his pathetic little life. So Scott Peterson will not get the death penalty. The DA has now announced that he will not seek the death penalty in the sentencing phase of this trial. So thank you again for joining me today. You stay safe out there. Say a prayer for Laci and his unborn child.